What's up, everybody? It's been a while since I made a video, so thought I'd make one today. Share what I'm seeing in the market as far as crypto, for the most part, is concerned. We can look at the stock market also, but one thing that is concerning me with the stock market is if you go to shopping list, I think I have the S&P brought up on a weekly chart. So if you go to weekly, you're on a 7 count, going up. Looks like it's gapping up again today. So you could still go up 2 more weeks, but from what I'm seeing, the smart money is pretty much out of stocks. So this is most likely being driven by either the Federal Reserve buying corporate bonds or whatever they're doing. Could be, the hedge funds, could be, yeah. The way to show you that is, come over here. If you have access to Symbolic, you can go to the options market and type in YM. That's for the Dow Jones futures. Put it on a weekly chart. And if you have access to Larry Williams indicators, you put up this commercial indicator here. See, they're in the sell zone down here. They're coming out of it. They're slowly accumulating. So they're going to accumulate most likely as this trails to the downside. Now, it could go sideways. If you catch the Dow anywhere around 38,500, 38,600, might be a decent place to dollar cost average. But if it doesn't hold that, it's going to come down here and test this cloud, most likely somewhere either this shelf, 36,007. It might hold this 37,500 zone. I would anticipate probably somewhere around here. That's 37,141. That'd be a decent guesstimation of where it could theoretically hold up. But see, I'm looking at this COT indicator that Larry Williams created. This tracks what the commercial money's doing on the Commitment of Traders report that comes out every Friday. So according to this, the commercial money's slowly accumulating, but they're going to dollar cost average every week as the price comes down. That's just the way they trade, or the way they invest. It's pretty smart if you can, if you have the money and you can learn how to do it. It's a pretty good way to trade. That way you're not going all in on one price. Say you had $1 million to invest, or say 100,000. Say you had 10,000. Break that down into 10. Buy maybe dollar cost average over 9 or 10 weeks. Put $1,000. Buy in on any most red days. A lot of times Monday and Tuesday. Usually Monday is historically the worst day of the week, as far as up action goes. So that's a decent time to buy in, probably, on most Mondays. If it's just a red day, just buy in $1,000 on, your favorite stock or whatever, your favorite. You do your you could buy the SPY, you could buy some indexes, ETFs. You could do the same thing, but So that's what I'm going off of. So until I see, a pretty good down reversal and the commercial money above this buy zone here at 74, I think it's high risk right now to buy stocks. So that's what I'm going off of. I may miss, 10, 20%. But I'd rather miss making 10% on my money than risk losing 30 to 40, So, I'm no mathematician, but even that makes sense in my brain. So, that's what I'm seeing on the stock market. I know, they're propping it up to make it look good for the election. That's pretty obvious. Usually the market doesn't go up for this many days, this many weeks. How many weeks is this? Let's just measure this, shall we? Let's see. Yeah, the S&P went up 34% from the low to the high. That's October of 23. 34%. You can measure with this. That's 34 weeks. Okay, you went down for, all right, 1, 2, 3 weeks, pretty much in this time frame. So you can't tell me that's not manipulated. It's almost identical to what it did when they printed the money coming out of COVID. That was ridiculous action. One of the best bull markets we'll probably ever see in our lifetime. So yeah, let's see. That was your up week. Probably went up 91 weeks. You had a couple little correction periods, throughout here, but for the most part, nearly straight up for 91 weeks on the S&P. Markets don't do that unless the big money, central bank kind of money, Federal Reserve, somebody's propping it up. Okay, could be George Soros. I don't know. Whoever wants Biden to be reelected, most likely. So do with that whatever you will. I'm also watching my setups here. So nearly all of these are set up pretty good on a weekly basis. Okay, nearly all of them have hit either 9 weeks down in a row, pretty much. Like this one, you never really saw a decent uptick for 9 weeks in a row. And you got your bounce. You got 1 week of bounce out of it. But it was a head fake, and now it's continuing to the downside. It's already made a lower low this week, which is not a good sign, but that makes me think this could continue down at least another 6 weeks to complete another 9 count, most likely. Could be 9, 10 weeks. So you got to prepare yourself for that mentally if you're going to get in this game. Now, I did get in this one the other day, 2 days ago. It closed above my buy signal point. So I got in right here at 16.55. I'm watching, keeping a close eye on it. For now, it's working. It's up 6% today. So, but if you look at the weekly, it was on a pretty good setup. It went 9 weeks down. Your 9 week close below your 6 bar. That's very important on your TD sequential rules, according to Tom DeMark's rules. And they went on down week 10, 11. This is week 12. You're bouncing on week 12. So sometimes you'll go to a 13 count if you don't get the bounce. Seems like on week 11. especially with crypto. It's pretty high risk. Which, I mean, it's all risky, but I'm watching Crown also, Crown 2. Now, this is on this broker. So it's kind of hard to get access to that broker, but if you don't already have it. Let's see. This one, it also closed above my buy point yesterday. So what I do, I go to a 4-hour chart after I see that, throw a Fibonacci on it from the low to the high. If I'd have had my standing bids in, I could have got this 786 bid this morning, or man, that would have been last night at 11 o'clock time frame. Let's see what exactly. Yeah, right at 11 o'clock. You could have got the 786 on the Fibonacci retracement. You could have got this 41 cents. You'd be sitting pretty decent on it. You'd already be up 4 cents per coin on it. But I didn't put my standing bids in. I don't know. I should have. I was tired last night. Just wasn't feeling it. I just needed some sleep. Dubs looks pretty decent on a daily. I'm already in this, so I'm not going to buy any more of it. But what I would do, I'd throw a 4-hour chart on it, put a Fibonacci on it, go from the low to the high, and that's already restarting your 1 count. So you may have already missed the retrace. This 6-7 bar may have been your only retrace. I don't know. You didn't hit your 9, so you pull back 1 bar, and now it's continuing to the upside. So you may not get it. Let's see. How's this look on a Heikin Ashi? No, that's that one's pretty hard, and you got to buy this on a wallet. I bought it through MetaMask with wrapped Ethereum. It's a little harder to buy. It's not on an exchange to buy it. So I don't know. That's a little trickier. I mean, it may pull back at some point. I'd probably bid the 382, see if I get $1.14, $1.15 on the price. You may not get it. You may have to chase the price action up to get it. At some point, it might retest what Gareth calls the scene of the crime. It's $1.18. That'd probably be a decent place to throw in a bid. I'd probably round up $1.181 is probably where I'd bid it. I bid some right there, and I hope to get this $1.14, 14 and a half zone. ELDA, it's not there yet. It's on a 9, -9. You're below the 6. That's decent. Gala, I believe, looks like a bear trap or a bull trap to me. Your 9 bar did not close below your 6 bar price. So that usually you get a 1 to 4 bar bounce, and then it continues to the downside. So I'd be real careful on Gala. Injective's another one that did the exact same thing. You see your 9 bar closed above your 6. You got a 2 bar rally. 2 bar sold off, like most of them did. Head fake. So that's a problem. Now Maker, MKR, it closed out pretty good. Your 9 bars below your 6. You're on week 11, what I call 11 minus 11. Now it hasn't reclaimed. Actually, it has. Yeah, it's above your. It's on the buy signal. as of yesterday. Um, I would actually, matter of fact, I'm probably going to throw in. I put a Fibonacci from the 9 to the 7 bar, and that was your highest high point. And I probably bid this 382, 2366.8. I would definitely throw in a bid on that. Matter of fact, I'm going to do that right now on my cell phone. But because I think that one's set up about the best, and they actually make money. Well, I mean, theoretically, if you if you go to DeFi Llama, you can see the ones that actually. I might even go 85 just to make sure I get in. It won't let me. Okay. Well. All right. I got a buy order in on it at 24. What? Hang on. 2366.8. That's my bid on that one. Matic. There again. Matic's on a 13 week. It's actually on a 9 and a 13, which is really strong for the most part. That's pretty salty usually. Pretty high stakes odds, high probability of this bouncing somewhere in this zone right here, right? So, you go off for your candlesticks right here probably. It's 51 zone. Yeah, you almost hit it. Looks like. Didn't quite get it. The low was 5.152. So you didn't get it, but for now, that's looking like a weekly kangaroo tail. Could be a bottoming candle on that. The one thing that concerns me about altcoins is the big money is selling Ethereum. If you go to the futures and you pull up this ER_1, that's a continuous Ethereum futures on a weekly chart. Yeah, pull up the commercial, Williams COT commercial. You see they're selling. As of May 26th, they started selling. That's pretty much where it topped out. May 19th. They made a little higher high on May 26th, the week of May 26th, but they've started selling. So you see what your price action's doing. It's coming down also. So that's a little concerning to me as far as crypto's concerned. There's a lot of theory that says if Ethereum's strong and it's outperforming Bitcoin, the smaller coins should do good. You should get some kind of alt season at some point. But if the big money's selling, I don't know. I'm not seeing it. You take Bitcoin futures, they're actually buying Bitcoin. They've been accumulating Bitcoin since March 31st. They sold off a little bit, but then they started reaccumulating. This is a huge bull flag right here. Now Bitcoin blows up, most likely everything else will follow it. So if we get some more accumulation this week, that would confirm that the big money's getting set up for a big rally on Bitcoin. But for right now, you're on a -2 week. So it's been coming down for at least 2 weeks. You lost almost 6% that week. You're down almost 2% this week. Well, that was last week, I guess, June 16th. Let me see. Yep. No, that would have been, well, Sunday, I guess. So this could go sideways, you know. It could hold, as long as it holds this right here, the 62,580, we'll round up. I'd say you're okay. Maybe this will stop 61,000. I just call it 61,000. Round it down. If you lose that, you know, it's going to test this 58.9. If you lose that, it could come down to 48,768. That's a pretty big drop. So I mean, I don't think it's going to with accumulation underneath it. I seriously doubt they're going to let it drop that much. You know, it's taken this so long to get it to this price point. You know, they may let it drop, you know, 10, 20%, but I don't think they're going to let it drop that much. That's my opinion. I could be dead wrong, but I think, you know, they're going to stall it out sideways for quite some time. They already have. I mean, it's been going sideways for weeks. See if I can go to, where's Bitcoin? BTC. I don't want that version. Let's do the Binance version. I like Binance better. Yeah, if you go weekly, measure that out. You know, from the high here to there, I mean, 14 weeks. Ideally, most of the time you'll go sideways 13 weeks. You know, so I guess if you started on the 7, could go on the 9. I'd probably start on the 7, but technically this week is week 13. Okay. Usually you'll see a reversal on your 13 if it's an actual true 13. So I don't think it is, but according to this, that was a 13 going up. So that's a 13 sell signal. Usually when you see 13s on a weekly chart, you're going to go down for a while. And sure enough, we did. So, you know, do with that whatever you want. While I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and check the my commodities. Cocoa, never got in the buy signal. It went up, but never got in the buy zone. Crude oil. They're still in the buy zone on crude oil. You got a 1 price bar flip. That's pretty strong on crude oil. Probably going to go up, in my opinion. I was thinking with a weak economy that it might go down, but I'm not seeing that. Cotton's pretty strong. Still not bouncing hard yet. The dollar's still in the buy zone. It's on a 2-week price bar up, going up. That's strong dollar usually indicates weak commodities and weak equities, futures, stocks, gold. Gold's in the sell zone. They're in the basement. I would expect gold to continue to the downside. Probably goes down to this 2230 zone. Let's see. What we got? High grade copper. It's in the basement. They're completely out of this. I mean, I would say anywhere from this 422 could even test Down here, 397 zone, somewhere in there. 396. I wouldn't be a buyer on copper right now, but heating oil, it actually looks pretty strong. They're in the buy zone. You're coming off your 9. It closed good. You got a price bar flip this week. I'd buy some heating oil. Go daily. Yeah, I should have bought it a week ago, actually, but yeah, you're kind of late to the party now, so I mean, you might get one more day of it up to 255, and it's probably going to do a little retest here on heating oil. I got a COT list. Let me see. Where's heating oil? I don't have heating oil. Why do I not have heating oil? There it is. Let's go daily. Yeah, so you're on day 9. I'd probably throw it on there, throw it to the high. Yeah, that's. I mean, you could pull back this 244, 245 zone. Pretty easy. That's a decent price. Let's pull the Ichimoku on it. Yeah, I think this could easily top out today. You're pretty close to the top of your cloud anyway. 259, I think it's probably going to pull back this 245. Then it could continue, but you could come down for 4, maybe 9 days. You're going to get your small bounces, but you could even go down to this 237 zone if you got the money, and you could dollar cost average 245, 241, 238 zone. I think that'd be a decent play, but let's see. Coffee. I don't know about coffee. Let's see. It's in the basement. It's in the sell zone. Still kind of holding. It's maintaining, but definitely in the sell zone. Live cattle. They were accumulating, but it's not in the buy zone yet. I mean, you're on, that's daily. Okay, hang on. I'm going to go to the weekly. Yeah, it's on week 8. Accumulating, but it's not super strong buying. So week 8's already selling off. I'd be careful on live cattle. You could come back up here and test this 187.20, but my guess is it's going to sell off. It's already doing it this week. You might get a rally next week if the big money continues to accumulate, but at these prices, I'd be careful. But it's just my opinion. Natural gas, it's not there. You're gonna bump your head on the cloud, probably go right back down. It's got a seasonality trade on it. You could play that, but you're too late to the party. If you're already on week number 8, you're showing up at the nightclub at 2 p.m. or closing time, whenever closing time is. Depends on if you're in New York, I guess, or Vegas or wherever. But yeah, here's coffee on a weekly. It's still, it's on a +4, so it's going up. It's maintaining at least. It's going sideways. It's not really. You're not getting much growth out of it, but maybe 1% per week. That's pretty boring compared to crypto. But now sugar looks pretty tempting. You've hit your 9. You started to, your 9 did not go below your 6. 1809, and this closed way above that. So that could be a bull trap. I'd be careful on sugar. That could go up maybe 1 to 4 weeks. It's already up 2 weeks. It's actually selling off this week, down 3%. I'd be real careful on sugar. That even though you have accumulate, you have, and it could still go. It could still go up, but according to this, the commercial money's heavily invested. Anytime you see this off a weekly 9 count, usually you can make some money. I mean, it went up almost 3% in a week. That's not big money, but that's decent. Silver, they've started slowly accumulating, but this could come down another 7 weeks. I mean, it's easily probably going to test the 2760, 26 and a quarter. Could even come down here to 2468. Before it finally resets. I'm just not a buyer on that kind of setup. It's you're just donating your money more or less. So I stay away from it unless you're going to short it, bet against it. Let's see, bonds. Let's see where the big money's at. They're not in bonds. It is slowly going up. It's accumulating, but most likely that's the public or hedge fund money driving it up. It's not commercial money, so I'm going to follow the commercial money. So that's what I've been taught. So that's what I'm going to do. Now, corn looks decent. It's not a perfect setup. It could come down. It could still come down 5 more weeks. Your farmers are probably buying corn seed right now, so let's charge them a premium price, right? So soybean oil, it's on a 13. It looks pretty decent. You definitely got commercial money heavy invested on soybean oil. You're on a -3 to a 13 count. It could work. It's not a perfect setup, but if you get anywhere around this 43 and 0.1315, might throw in a standing bid on it. Might snag it. Soybean meal. They've already sold out on it. It's dumping out. You had your rally, they were loaded up right here. Hit your 9, went down to a 5. Continuation, blew out, made the money. They dumped it right here, probably bottom of this cloud formation. And they start selling, Actually, they started selling, probably the week it started rallying. They were getting out. They were dollar cost averaging out the whole time it was going up. So they were probably already completely out right here. The public and the hedge fund money's the only thing buying right there. Oats, nah, it's in the basement. Soybeans, no, they're selling soybeans. Wheat, no, probably not. Wheat's going to come down. I'd probably short it. They are slowly accumulating it, but it's probably going to come down, my guess, somewhere around this 536.6 zone. That'd be my guesstimation. Could hit 542.5. Worst case scenario, 473.4. Yeah, I mean, you got wheat harvest going on, so your supply and demand says the more supply hits the market, most farmers are selling as soon as the truck hits the scale at the elevator. So your price is just going to keep coming down most likely. You probably don't have a shortage in the harvest wheat supply this year, so looks like it started selling off as of May 26th, right before harvest for most farmers in America. Yeah, thanks, Mr. Farmer. And I come from a farming family, so I know exactly how the farmer gets screwed every year at the harvest time. So now I can see it on a chart exactly what they do. The commercial money, they really don't care about the little guy. to put it nicely, sprinkle a little sugar and spice on it. But so anyway, that's what I'm seeing. I don't want to get into a rant over here on commercial money or whatever, but so I'm keeping an eye on my where's my 9 setup list? Here we go, right here. Pretty much all these right here. Keeping a close eye on all these. Now some of these are set up in a bear trap, like Injective. Be careful. It can still work. It can still, if it gets some strong price action, I'll still buy back in on it. But because if everything takes off, you throw Ethereum or whatever on it. Let's look at Ethereum, ESTT. Let's pull Binance on it. Let's go weekly. Yeah, you broke out of this, before the ETF was approved back in May 20th. But you started selling off pretty much ever since then. So this week, you're down already 2.25%. Off the high, where you at off the high here? You're down 10%, 11%. So you could argue you're still in the bull trend. You're still in the bull market. Okay. Your 9-week moving average is still going up. As long as that green line is higher on a weekly basis, you're in a bull market, especially if your price action's above it. So Rand Nooner's dead wrong about that we're in a bear market, because we're not. According to Larry Williams' indicator, that's what he uses to tell if you're in a bull or a bear market. That's it. Okay, now I agree, you do have some that are down 80%. I think Kujira, was it Kuji? Is that it? They're not on Binance? What the heck? All right, pull this up. Yeah, from the high to the low. Yeah. Ooh, that's brutal, my friend. Yeah, it went down 80% on Kujira. Wow. You're still down 79% off the high. Man, that's the high. When was that? December? Yeah, so from now till there, you could get a bounce. Pretty easy. Wow, man, that thing really pulled back. Went past the 1.618. That could go to a 2, bro. Woo, that's brutal. Could you go to a 2? Is that negative? Yeah, that's negative. I would hope you're not going to go negative on something like this, but yeah, here's your weekly cloud. So yeah, it's kind of holding that. It's bouncing off of this shelf right here. It's holding support. Would have been nice to have had a standing bid in on it, but it may not be done. I mean, it could come down for another 4 weeks before it, bottoms out completely. It's definitely started another 9 count. So you do you. I'm not interested in buying anything like this till it starts showing strength, starts turning around. I'm not buying that. That's extreme weakness, bro. That's you don't buy crap like that. I'm sorry, but they might be the best thing since sliced bread, but I ain't touching it. No thanks. But what do I know? I'm just somebody with a high school diploma that been day trading for what? 12 years? 12? Is it 12? 12 years. Yeah, 12 years. Look at Matic. Matic could be bottoming out this week. That's a week 13. If you pull it on over here on symbolic, yeah, let's pull Binance version weekly. Yeah, it's on a 913. I like the way Matic looks. To be honest, it's set up. It's not there yet. You're not in the buy zone yet. In my opinion, I'd go to a daily. It got close today. It bumped its head. I use this 9 simple moving average. Right here, my green line. And if you don't have price action closing above that on a daily basis, ideally you should wait for 2 daily closes above that 9 moving average. Now, if you want to gamble, see over here it didn't work, but you got to go off your weekly setup first. You get your 913. That's pretty good odds. Pretty good odds. Better than Vegas. If you get a close above it, that is my trigger right there saying that's go time. But you're not there yet. So I've got an alert set on it, I believe. Matic. Yeah, I've got a 9 SMA set up on Matic. Sand and Zill. I'd be careful on Zill. It kind of did the same thing. Yeah, your 9 actually did close below your 6. Ideally, you want to see it close below the 8 also for a perfect setup. That's probably why you got a little bit more sell-off, a little bit more exhaustion. Weekly, let's go to weekly. Weekly, it did not close below the 6. You haven't even got your 4-bar retrace yet on Zill, so I'd be very careful on that. Let's see, Sandbox, it's the same thing, didn't close below the 6. So anyway, that's what I'm seeing. Keep an eye on that. Be careful with your money, and we'll make another video maybe this weekend and see how it looks end of the week. Guess we're almost there, but if I got time, I'll make another video this weekend. So we'll catch y'all later.